Sven-Goran Eriksson, who's on the front pages this morning, a true gent of the game, it says on the front page of The Sun, 1948 to 2024. He died yesterday at the age of 76 in his Swedish mansion, surrounded by his family, 8 months after revealing his cancer diagnosis. And a tremendous football man, a tremendous man all round from what people have said about him. We're about to meet now, though, the two men who wrote that song, singer and songwriter Martin Bell and Johnny Spurling. Morning to both of you. How you doing?
Morning, Mike.
I have to say, I've never seen the guys in the gallery quite so animated as they just were when that was being played. They were dancing around, having a great time. So the song still sounds good. You know how sometimes you listen to something and you go, how on earth is that was that popular at the time? But it makes you want to just move around. It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a strange one, really. We wrote it back in 2001. Strangely enough, it was Talk Sport that asked us to write the song. Yeah, and then literally a few months later it caught on, and we were on top of the pops 6 weeks later. So it was Sven mania at the time, you know, and the song was catchy, but it did help that, you know, Sven was very popular.
Yes, he was very popular. He was such an affable character. I know you guys met him several times, right? Tell us a bit about that.
Well, we met him when we first met, he was a little bit quiet. I didn't quite know what to make of him. But the second time we met him, he really got used to us, and he was lovely. He was warm. He was everything that everybody said.
Yeah.
Every time we turn up, we'd do an event with him. He would say, "Hello, boys, still making money off my name."
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I mean, I was speaking to a journalist earlier today about his various encounters with him, and he said the first time he met him, he came up and gave him a hug, and he said he couldn't quite understand why he was doing that, but he managed to get invited him into his room after whatever the event was, and the reason he'd given this guy a hug was he thought he was Gareth Southgate, and in fact he just made a mistake. But he seems to be a guy that everybody's got a story about, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we did quite a few events with him in the end, and obviously they reel us out every 2 years for the Euros and the World Cup to sing the song and stuff. But it was a great time with him that we did an event. We had a good couple of years doing it.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, and you know, we
milked it. That's for sure.
We milked it.
We certainly did.
Quite right.
Doing an event.
Quite right. Listen, you might as well. I mean, you can't imagine doing any of that with Gareth Southgate, really, can you? I mean, nothing against Gareth Southgate, but he's not very interesting.
Well, that was the difference. There was Sven, Graham Taylor, a few other ex-England managers that were at this table, and while we were up performing, the story goes that Sven said to Graham Taylor, "You see these two guys up there singing the song about me?" He said, "That one on the left built a big house with the royalties, and that one ended up in the clinic."
Very good. And so, I mean, do you still get...
Far from the truth, Mike.
Yes, quite. Well, do you still get to perform it very much or not really?
All the time. I mean, the last Euros were fantastic. We had a great, what was that, five gigs?
Well, yeah, I mean, we did all the gigs.
Yeah, we did all the gigs for the games.
With John Barnes, with Teddy Sheringham, Razor Ruddock. And look, I mean, the last World Cup, we got to go out to Qatar and Dubai and do the events. It just...
It's amazing how he changed our lives, really.
Completely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And how did you get to the point where you thought you would write the song in the first place?
It was a bit strange. We used to do Talk Sport, and we used to do Hawksby and Jacobs.
Hawksby and Jacobs. Hawksby and Jacobs.
And Andy Jacobs phoned one night and he said, "Oh, you're on the show tomorrow. We're doing a piece about Sven. You know, he's just very popular. Could you write a song about him?"
Yeah.
And we wrote it.
So that simple.
And that was it, really. I don't know. It was a couple of months later. We were on top of the pops singing it.
Brilliant. Andy hasn't come for his. Has Andy not come for his piece of the action?
Sorry, Mike.
Has Andy not come for his piece of the action?
No, strangely enough, he's always been very good. I mean, Hawksby and Jackson.
Well, they're just brilliant, aren't they? They're absolute legends.
Absolutely lovely fellas.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, we started on their show, didn't we?
We did. I mean, if it wasn't for Andy, we wouldn't have written the song.
Right.
And
I'd still be in the Priory.
You'd still be in the Priory.
Well, listen, great to see you guys. Thank you very much indeed. I'll pass your best on to Andy, see if we can get you to write the song about the next England manager. Who knows? That's Martin Bell there and Johnny Spurling, inspired by Andy Jacobs from TalkSport to write a song which is still being played about Sven-Göran Eriksson, a great man.